Hi and welcome back to another lesson. What you've heard me play in the beginning is basically major triads a fifth apart. So for some of you this probably is like an aha moment and you've gotten basically the gist of this video and you can go and play around with this idea. But for those of you who are scratching their head and asking themselves, okay, what does that exactly mean? Stick around and I'll teach you. The way I'm going to teach you is I'm going to make you play the major scale in a way which you've probably never played before. And to do this, let's pick something simple. Let's take the C major scale, which I assume you know, and if you don't, you can watch my Piano Quickie series for a refresher. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to construct major triads on each of these notes in the right hand. So instead of playing a C, we're going to play a C major triad. Instead of playing a D, we're going to play a G major triad and so forth. So let me just play the right hand for this purpose. And now let me break it down for you slowly. Here I'm playing a C major triad, and this is the first inversion, a G major triad in the root form, C major triad in the second inversion, F major triad in the first inversion, C major triad in the root form, F major second inversion, G major second inversion, and back to C major first inversion. Now the second step in this exercise, which will help you grasp the sort of sound that we're going for, is we're going to also play chords in the left hand. And for each chord I play in the right hand, I'm going to play the major triad, which is a fifth below it. So I'm just going to play it first, and then I'm going to sort of walk you through exactly what I'm doing. So first of all, the playing. So now let me do two things. First of all, let me tell you what I've been playing in the left hand. So for each chord in the right hand, I'm playing a chord in the left hand. They're all major triads. So for C, I'm playing let me just go through it. I'm playing an F major for the C major. Then when the right hand is playing a G major, I'm playing a C major. When the right hand is playing a C major, I'm playing an F major. When the right hand is playing a D F major, I'm playing a B flat major. When the right hand is playing a C major, I'm playing an F major. Then for the F major, I'm playing a B flat major. So this is a B flat major. When the right hand is playing a G major, I'm playing a C major. And then back again, when the right hand is playing a C major, I'm playing an F major. So what's the idea behind this? Basically, let's say I'm playing a C major in the right hand. So here's my C. I'm going to find the note that is a perfect fifth below it. So I'm going to count a perfect fifth, I'll remind you, is 7 semitones. It's kind of confusing that it's not 5 semitones, it's 7 semitones. So we're going to take the C and count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be an F. This tells me that when I'm playing a C major in the right hand, I should be playing an F major in the left hand. Now the particular inversion of F major triad, and remember there's the root form in two inversions, so I could play either this, or this, and the particular inversion I'm going to choose is the one that places me as close as possible to the right hand. So that would be the root form of F major. Now let's take the second chord, which is a G major. So I have the G, I count down 7 semitones, the perfect fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this tells me that I'm going to have to play in the, well, not have, but I'm going to play in the left hand a C major chord. So I'm playing a G major in the right hand and a C major in the left hand. And again, I'm choosing that particular inversion that gets these two forms as close together as possible. And then I'm playing a C major again. So for a C major, I'm going to play an F major. Remember, we already did this. But I'm going to choose the inversion again that puts me as close as possible. So I'm going to choose the first inversion of the F major triad. So this is the first inversion of F major. And the same for F major. So for F major, you have your F, you count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that would be a B flat. So you're going to be playing a B flat major. And it just so happens that the closest form of B flat major is the root form. And then you can keep on going until you complete the entire C major scale. And this basically introduces you to the sound of chords in fifths. You see, whatever chord you play in the right hand, let's take an A flat major, just find or play in the left hand the chord which is a perfect fifth below it, which by the way is the same as a perfect fourth above it. So here's my A flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a D flat, so I'm going to play an A flat in the right hand and a D flat in the left hand. You see, and this gives me this very nice sound. And it's kind of a little bit like, this is a very ambiguous kind of chord because it's made out of two chords. So the listener isn't exactly sure if this should be an A flat major or a D flat major. And this has some interesting consequences. For example, one of them is that the listener's ear, or actually brain, has a hard time determining the tonal center of the song. So suppose you're playing a G and you're resolving to the C. So it's obvious that the tonal center of this progression is C. You're progressing towards the C. That's your center of mass. But if you were to play instead of a G and a C, you're going to do this sort of trick. So when playing the G, you're going to play a C. And then when playing the C or playing the F, it really doesn't sound like it's really resolving to anything. And in fact, kind of leaves the listener hanging there, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's a bad thing in the sense that there's no tonal resolution. So that's kind of jarring for the listener. But on the other hand, this means that you're kind of free to roam around. And this means that I can do something like this. So I'm just sort of jumping around, playing these chords in fifths. And here I have, let's say an F in the right hand, so a B flat major in the left hand. Then I go down one tone, so I'm playing an E flat major in the right hand and an A flat major in the left hand. Then again, I'm going down 3 semitones in this case, so a C major and an F major. And again, going down 2 semitones to a B flat major and an E flat major. And I can sort of keep going and jump between different keys because I don't really have a tonal center. I don't have one key that I'm in. And this can be really interesting in the sense of simply creating progressions of chords that don't really obey tonal harmony necessarily, or functional harmony. And it's kind of a very, I'd say, modern sound that's associated with a lot of jazz and neo-soul and so forth. And it really helps you sort of take these harmonic adventures or walks on the keyboard. You know, I can break down like one of the licks I've played, which is really made out of, again, this sort of concept. So what I was doing, I was really playing these chords in fifths and arpeggiating the right hand. Let me play it without the arpeggios. So I'm playing a D major in the right hand and a G major in the left hand, G major in the right hand and C major in the left hand, E major in the right hand, A major in the left hand, A major and D major, G flat major, B major, and B major and E major. And then I'm just arpeggiating the right hand. So I'm not playing the chord, I'm playing D major, C major, E major, A major, G flat major, B major. So this kind of opens up all of these very ambiguous harmonic possibilities. Another place where this can be useful is, again, when you're soloing. So suppose you have a progression, let's say a G going to a C, your key of C major. So when you have your G in the left hand, you could be saying, okay, well, maybe I should be improvising on the chord, not on the G. Which kind of sounds predictable, but let me improvise on the chord which is a fifth above it, right? Because we said that if you were to play a D in the right hand, we'd play a G in the left hand. So if I'm playing a G in the left hand, I should improvise on the D in the right hand. And then when I transition to the C major, I can improvise on the G, because that would be what I would be playing in the right hand. So it's some food for thought, and hopefully something to sort of expand the way you think about chords and improvising and so forth. You know, a C is not always a C. It depends on what you're doing in the right hand. And if you're going to be playing or improvising on the G, that kind of opens up new possibilities. So I hope this video has given you some food for thought and maybe some new ideas, and that you've learned something interesting, and I'll see you next time.